Hi, Isaac. Judith
Hey,
here.
Judith. Hi, I see
Hello.
you. Hi.
Hello. Hi. Hmm.
Mm. Mm. Anything specific, Judith, that you wanted to
Not at this moment.
explore? Okay,
It's
good.
just
Yeah.
very nice to hang out with you.
Yeah, it's quiet, huh? You know, in a way, this corona is accomplishing what needs to happen in terms of our species for climate change that there wasn't a political will for. And suddenly now it's with this virus, like people are, yeah, borders are closing, people are staying home. So in some ways, you could say it's life inviting us.
Yes, my sense is also that the most important thing we can do is being connected and
Absolutely.
at each moment just go for peace, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the only thing we can do right now, in my sense.
Yeah.
And that's a nice invitation, because if we stay home, we have the opportunity to slow down, to go inside, and just connect over and over again.
Yeah.
It's either fear or panic or peace.
Yeah, look, you know, most likely many of us are going to get it, but you know, maybe one or two of us will die. But you know, what to say? If it's my time, it's my time. But yeah, the usual story: just get your immune system as strong as it can, and then the rest is up to life. There's not much we can do, eh?
Yeah, and even that, my immune system is not that strong at the moment.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
okay, I just need to rest and I need to take care. And
Beautiful.
that's it.
Yeah. Simple.
So, and what are you? Have you already made plans about coming or not coming to Europe?
Yeah.
Traveling? What's your idea on this?
No, it's like it's at this point it's not practical to travel because a lot of countries want you to be 2 weeks in quarantine when you come in, and then you know it's like at any minute borders can be closed, and wow, it's just not a good time to be traveling right now. So the only place I was considering was Western Australia, but even that I'm looking at again, because can you imagine a retreat without hugging and without, like
It's
cuddling?
strange, huh?
It would be a whole different animal.
Yes, yes, yes. So that means you are going to drop everything? Is that already the decision you made, or?
The only thing left that I was considering was Western Australia, but
yeah,
it's what to do. It's
retreats online then, huh? In the comfort of our own homes.
just sensing and feeling into the love that exists just as we're sitting here together. It's beautiful, for my feeling anyway. The preciousness of this moment, yeah.
That's all we have.
Is Holland considering shutting the borders?
I think for few countries like Italy and a few more. Not totally, as far as I know at this moment.
Yeah. Denmark has shut their borders. New Zealand has shut their borders. Yeah. America has shut their borders to people from Europe. It won't be long before they completely.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Could happen here as well.
Yeah.
The schools are still open here, but I don't know for how long. Taking good care.
Blessed to know that quietness inside. Huh? It's a big luck.
Yes, that is a big luck.
Please, you can unmute yourself and hi.
experienced these times. A lot of anxiety and fear and checking the news and what's going on, and my clients are shutting down. Okay, no work, friends, no work. Okay, what's the consequence? What's going on? The usual stuff is falling apart. People robbing through the supermarkets. That's stupid, but I do also a little bit more than usual. So the whole system is a kind of fucking up, and in this extraordinary falling apart of normal life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part of me was very afraid about health of my loved ones, of my father, myself. A little bit hot. Okay, what's going on? My business. Okay, things falling still. As many friends. There's fear and is a kind of excitement too.
Yes, I understand.
And excitement is a kind of fear, but also a kind of what's the unpredictable things are happening. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a clue. I don't can understand what's the opportunity or what's possible, but it's all breaking open.
Yeah. Oh, you speak beautifully. You know, usually in times of crisis, people go in two directions. They either band together and see how to function together and start being kind to each other and looking after each other and really developing community, or they freak out and they go into just trying to take care of themselves. So
yeah, and I can feel both in myself.
Yep, I understand. As I'm sure everybody can.
Yeah, it's amazing. So my heart is breaking open to friends and all the chats. How's it with you? What's going on there? And lots of love. And we are up to the supermarket Thursday evening at 10 o'clock. Just nobody sees it, just rubbing at the inside. It's so in myself. It's all the sides are on level 10. The fear, the excitement, the aliveness.
Aliveness, yeah.
Sense of
and you haven't lost your sense of humor.
No. Yeah.
You know, in my view, it's like we can control what comes up. What we have the opportunity is being gentle with it, not making it mean something about us. Just seeing, okay, something is responding. You know, look, we carry this information from generations back. You know, our ancestors have been through plagues, and so that information is in us. And when it gets vibrated, you know, it's like suddenly all those things are happening. That, you know, we can see also beyond it, we can see, look, the system is doing that, but what does it mean? It doesn't help in any way. It's just, so, you know, like we can resource ourselves or find ways of breathing or just being in nature quietly and not taking any of the movements too seriously if possible.
Yeah.
You know, it'll pass, it'll change. It's like, you know, we can't hold on to anything. That's the bottom line. Not the worst nightmare, not the best thing. So everything changes and comes and goes. And ultimately, we don't have a clue what's going on. It's always changing, and you know, somehow, yeah, it's.
But this sentence, I've heard you say this more often, but
yeah,
saying it now, it's so differently.
Yeah.
hearing it now, you saying it. So, because in fact, everything is changing.
Yeah.
On
Every
the streets.
moment.
Yeah, it's real. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can feel the need or the longing. Okay, settle down. Okay.
Yeah.
How can I be a kind of beacon in the crazy?
Yeah. Oh, how beautiful. What a beautiful interest, yeah?
Yeah.
And to be gentle in that interest, just okay. You know, I mean, to me, it's just a question of whatever it takes to allow the nervous system to calm down. If watching the news stimulates you too much, leave it. You don't need, you know enough already. You don't have to fill yourself with, you know, like, the media is, you know, how could I say, that's their job, is to kind of sensationalize and all that stuff, but just to be quiet and enjoy your friendships and your loved ones, and yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Eat as simply and as healthily as you can, and get enough sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm very happy. Like this community meeting like this, that is very feeding.
Yes, for sure, nourishing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see you. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. People are adapting. You know, we have these farmers markets here, and you go there, and people don't know whether to hug or to just bump elbows. It's like learning how to navigate.
Yeah. And somehow we get used to it, as well, in a couple of days. Yeah.
In a couple of days, this is the new normal in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, big love.
Isaac? I'm just announcing Esther. She would love to sit with you.
Okay.
Thanks, Eva. I just feel a little bit shy with so many people, so I asked Eva for something.
Yeah, good. You found your way.
Yeah. Yeah, now I see you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to rest in this way with everyone. And I see some people around me. They really in a spiral of fear, you know. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, my youngest daughter actually has the virus, and yeah, you know, it's dangerous, but also what can you do with a virus? There's not really much you can do once you have it. A virus is a virus. It's just has to run its course.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so worrying about myself, but
yeah,
you know, many old people living here around me.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Look, you know, there's no doubt that quite a lot of people are going to, what can you say? Where do you go? You just kind of tune to a different frequency or something. It's like, it's not such a big deal in my view anyway, but it's like, but on the big picture, it's actually all of a sudden in China now, the pollution has dropped drastically, you know. So people are actually spending time with each other, seeing their families. don't know if you've seen on Facebook these videos of in Italy, everyone's confined to the apartment and they sing to each other from the balconies.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
So beautiful things.
Yeah.
And,
I also want to rest with something in me. It feels like addressed. It's a story I know, but I just would see how it is to sit with you with this. I mean, it feels like a bunch of stories as far away in a way.
yeah, beautiful. You know, underneath those stories also, all there is just like either something in the nervous system tightens or it relaxes. So, you know, underneath every story, there's just that. And when you don't entertain the story much and you just, then they fall away.
Yeah, sometimes there's some interaction with another nervous system is helpful. And I also feel that my system is really speedy.
Oh, what a beautiful, speedy system you
have. Yeah. Yeah.
You can see if it was up to you, it would be different. And you can see, so it's not something you're doing. It doesn't mean anything about you. It's just.
No, but there's still an idea that, you know, when it slows down, people are more happy to be with you or something like
that. Well, that's quite likely, but what can you do?
Yeah. I don't know, making walks in the forest.
Making walks in the forest, indeed.
Look, my cat.
And laughing, you know, whenever you laugh, you'll never.
Yeah. Yeah, and all that funny stuff with the new house, you know, moving is the idea. Now I can sleep better without trouble and so on. Man, I even sleep more worse than ever.
The universe has a sense of humor.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, it's really a sense of humor. So I find I'm still functioning in a way with a big lack of sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, it feels, I don't know, it feels strange. I even can't notice if there are a lot of fighting or not, or resistance.
I saw a nice quote on Facebook saying, April Fool's is cancelled this year because there's so much strange shit going on anyway. Who would believe anything?
No, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what Mark was saying, maybe I just heard it, that it feels a little bit as if I'm in a movie, you know?
Yeah, well, it is.
It's really, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why they want to not have this in the curve, but this.
Mm. Yeah, and I mean, you know, there's just these things. It's like, you know, you buy a ticket, and then all of a sudden, you know, the rules change. You come someplace, and you've got to be in quarantine 2 weeks, so you can't hold your meetings, and you can, and then you're sitting someplace, and you know, like, yeah, it doesn't make much sense at this point to travel. My son, when my son took off, he's really into dancing. So he saved up money and he wanted to go dancing across Europe and Mozambique for 6 months. And he got to Europe and suddenly he realized, wow, you know, he would be dancing with 500 people in the next week. And he realized that he, you know, and then going to Mozambique where there's no corona yet. And he said, no, he better cancel this dance class. And now they've closed the borders in Spain and he can't go. So anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all, in a way, we used to, in a way, how do you say that? Losing the control. I mean, you think something is happening and then it's not going that way.
Exactly.
And that's, I think it freaks people out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So beautifully. Life is what happens while we're busy making other plans.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Isaac. I just want to give some space to some of the others. I hope you do now more online meetings when you can't travel. Just, you know, kind of connection. It's nice for my system, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, big love.
Isaac? Oh,
sorry.
Suzanne would like to speak or like to sit with you.
Susanna, I see her.
Susanna, I will see if I can.
Hey, Susanna.
Unmute you. You found it. Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, very happy to see you.
Yeah.
I wanted to look at the topic which keeps me busy since quite a while. It's still Benjamin, because you know, he has really difficulties to read and write, and now he says he has ADHD,
Yeah, you know, it's a.
So he insisted to get tested and that we see a doctor and all this stuff because he had to make his exams, and somehow he sees that if he does, if nothing changes, he can't do it. And everybody said it's just
To put it a little bit in perspective. I've been to a few conferences, and almost 30% of people have what they call learning difficulties. They have different styles of learning, and it's actually higher than that. It's actually almost 60%, but some people it's quite extreme, and most teachers know that. I'm sure that Christoph knows that. But the thing is, so you know, then we try and fit everybody into one box.
Yeah.
The truth of it is, you know, it's like someone may have a different style of learning, but we all have our interests and we all find our way in life. You know, it's like that's how life functions. So, you know, this ADHD didn't even exist a little while ago, and it's like they're trying to put a label on something, but it's, in my view, it's, you know, in some ways, kids, when they get a label, they go, okay, look, I know what it is now, and they can relax a little bit. Because, you know, like the school system, I think still is very into this old paradigm of comparing, and you compare yourself, what kind of marks you get with other people and where you are and all that stuff. I don't find it a very friendly paradigm, actually. So, you know, he's a beautiful being, and, you know, he's got so many beautiful qualities, and he'll find his way in this life.
Yeah, but he is suffering, and he wanted to go to the doctor and to get tested, and
so you can see.
Now they recommend medication, and for me that's really terrible. I have to decide what to do. So,
you know, ultimately, he's getting of an age where, you know, he's gonna go in whatever direction he does go in, and, you know, the best you can do is let him know that you love him, and you can give him your perspective without trying to convince him of it or whatever, and, you know, let him experiment, let him find his way. What can you do, really?
nothing.
Yeah.
Then he
And
says
so,
he has depressions and all this, so, you know, because he's feeling sad. So for me, it's just he's in puberty, and I think that's quite normal.
yeah. You know, it's just, so that's his process at the moment. And the fact that he can bring it to you is amazing. And, you know, if it's possible to just hear him without trying to fix him or change him or give him advice or anything, just, oh, I see you're having difficulty. Like, you know, acknowledging it. Yeah, I see that it's not easy for you, and I see you looking for a solution. Just, you know, naming it, what you see, notice going on, and we here, you know, we got your back. Yeah. And if you need to go down that route, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you need to do it, okay, experiment and see.
Yeah.
What can you do? I mean, that's how it seems to me, you know, but you'll find your way too. That's my way, I could say, but
yeah.
I think you'll find
it was he's saying that he wanted to get tested since quite a while. I think since half a year, and always if he comes with it, I feel a lot of resistance going on here in this system. And also Christoph is really angry, so he had a little bit of joking around that. But when I said, okay, let's do it, then I could really feel how he felt relieved. So he felt heard and seen.
You know, I have kids too, and some of my kids have wanted labels, and even though I don't, it's not my paradigm at all. Okay, look, that's their journey. What can I do? Okay, now you've got a label. You like this? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, for me, I just watch where something in me gets activated. because that's the only real thing that has any, where there's some way of I can meet myself there.
Yeah.
So the rest of it, it's like, wow.
Yeah, and I also can see in the past that I really very often he couldn't do it right for me, I was always pushing him.
Yeah. And so in this moment, that was what your system knew to do. And you see now from a different perspective. Wow, okay. And of course, it breaks your heart open. It's like, wow, I'm sorry. And at that point, that seemed like the best thing. Yeah. And now, wow, what can I do? I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it seems like one of the greatest gifts we can give the kids is to let them know we love them unconditionally. And, like, we might not, we definitely might not agree on everything. Yeah. But when they feel like they can be vulnerable with you and real with you, that's a big gift. And where we notice something gets in the way of that, then we can just explore what's going on in ourselves, what movement is happening there. Not being hard on ourselves or anything, because that doesn't help. Just noticing if something wants to take a position, something wants to be serious.
Yes.
So when you say Benjamin, it's like, it's not Benjamin. It's just like, what's going on in the context of his life. And, so, yeah. So. It's, in a way, it's also a crazy time to be a teenager, watching the climate change story what's going on in the world. It's like, wow. And kids are plugged in, they know what's going on, they tuned and they see it. And it's like, we can see, for ourselves, the trickiness in navigating when things change. And it's such a different life than it was 20 years ago, or 100 years ago. It's like, wow. Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah. When you lose your sense of humor, just you've gone off track. Yeah. And no need to figure out why or anything like that. That's not useful. It's just whatever allows resourcing, coming back to just here I am again. Okay, I see you, I feel you, I understand. It's not easy for you. I get it. Yeah, I love that too. Oh, sweetheart. Yeah. Yeah. Have to move my screen so you can see my hand.
Isaac? Nika, like to, I'm not sure, Susanna, if you actually, if it was completed. Or was it complete? Okay, yeah. So Nika would like to.
Hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes? All right, yes. Well, I think the world has changed definitely in the last few weeks. I'm now on the Canary Island of Lanzarote since 12
they're
days.
closing the borders.
What's that?
They're closing the borders in the Canaries.
Yeah, well, actually, we are housebound now since today.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to leave the house unless you want to go to a shop to buy food or go to a doctor or to a pharmacy. And it's so it's so bizarre. I mean, the ocean is just outside the door, but should I go down to the beach and somebody catches me, or the police, I don't know, they would fine you between 500 and 2,000 euros now.
Wow, that's cheap for a swim.
Yeah, exactly. And the dog will probably have to poo into the garden now. Luckily, we have some little garden here, and it's nice, you know. It's just, you know, when I came here 12 days ago, and this is actually what I wanted to share. I was in the plane and I was looking down, and, you know, the flight takes 4 hours, and I was looking down on our beautiful planet Earth. And by looking down, it appears so peaceful. It appeared as if there wasn't any problems. You know, you look down from this plane and you see the vast open space. And I mean, I didn't see any fires or volcanoes or anything. It was just really peace. And it
really,
appeared...
the only thing that's not peace is mind.
Yes, yes. And, you know, it appeared as if the earth is providing for everything there to take place. Whatever is happening, the planet seemed fine. You know, it's our minds that are so, well, mixed up, you know. And so then we got here, and we're minding a house right now, and our hosts there in Egypt now on a holiday. And they flew via Milano. They spent one night in Milano to get there, and the next day Milano was shut down and the whole Lombardy. So I don't know when they're coming back and how they're going to come back. Definitely not via Italy. And so all this has been going on here. But what I find very therapeutic is also, you know, we're looking after 3 cats and a dog, just to observe the animals. You know, they're at peace, they're chasing each other, they're happy, they don't know what's going on in our minds. And yeah, so that's it.
Yeah. No, well,
I know, I'd like to sit with you for a few minutes. That's it, just in peace. Thank you.
Sweetheart.
Make room for someone else. Thanks.
Bettina, I don't hear you yet. Speak again. Can't hear you. So you are unmuted, but nope.
Can you now hear me?
Now I hear you. Beautiful. Yeah.
Perhaps my headphone is broken.
Okay.
I would love holding hands with you for a moment.
With pleasure. When we rest like this, what do you notice?
It's very quiet, actually.
Yeah. How beautiful, Bettina. I mean, that quietness is everything, yeah? Just to be at peace, yeah. Just to be the peace, the quietness, yeah. Yeah. This interest is allowed access to resting like that. It's so beautiful. Simple, beautiful. To feel each other like this, to just rest together like this. Wow. Mm.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Big love.
Me too.
I said.
Yeah. Hi, Gita.
There's always such an activation to reach out in me.
And yet it didn't stop you. How beautiful.
Actually, it didn't. There's always also a fear that it really rises, like its activation really rises, and now it doesn't. So it's like, really. But it often keeps me from reaching out.
Mm.
Sorry, I can't use the microphone on the laptop, but can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay.
I'm just curious, speak again?
You look great.
Oh, I thought I was hearing through my earphones, but I'm not. I'm hearing from my computer. Okay, good.
Still wondering, because this is such a huge phenomenon in my life, in a way. Like to show up and be seen, really.
Mm.
Can you speak to that a little?
Yeah, just, I mean, like I said, you know, to me, even though you could feel the excitement of the activation happening, it didn't stop you. It didn't, and you're right here, you know, and over the years that I've known you, I mean, I just see how something is deepening and something is maturing slowly, slowly. And then, you know, we have a nervous system. We didn't choose it. We find ourselves, we don't know what our parents went through or our great parents, you know. And then, you know, the system is organized in a certain way, but yet it's happening within the context of this interest of just being at peace, you know, being peace itself. And so, You know, that just that capacity to notice and be gentle and just okay, not take it personally, not try to change it or fix it, but just honoring, gently present. Yeah. You know, I haven't found anything else. If I would I'd tell you. But to me, it's just like, you know, we find ourselves with whatever expression is here. We don't choose it. We don't choose our looks. We don't choose how tall we are. We don't choose our interests. Yeah, all of those things happen, and then yeah, there's just.
Yeah, I noticed there's a, you know, like a wish to like, or somehow like wanting to push through, which makes it worse.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
the gentleness is really, I can see that
Beautiful that
again.
that's noticed. Yeah, how beautiful that that's noticed. Yeah. You know, it's like otherwise we stay in that pushing and we just see, okay, doesn't help. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Just, you know, valuing that sweet quietness, that sweet spot, you know, that's always here, just not going with the mind. Its ideas of how it should be or could be. Yeah.
You are looking so great. So I have to say, I think, I don't know, you look very radiant to me and very healthy actually.
Yeah, lately I've been actually physically working quite hard, just, yeah, enjoying it very much, you know, like.
I can see.
Yeah. Funny as this body ages and finding myself still out there with chainsaws and rakes and shovels and planting and I love it. It's good. The last few days, you know, there was a whole lot of bushes and trees and stuff that I had to take out in order to put in the huge water tank. So I was in the process of burning it all, and so man, that's hard, hot work. Yeah. But fun.
Yeah. Nice to feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can feel your system's getting quiet as we rest. Yeah, just it's quietening down. It's good.
Quietening, but there's also this steady stream of joy in a way.
Of joy, that's so beautiful. Love, whatever you want to call that.
Love and joy, yeah, both.
Beautiful. Yeah. Simple in a way, yeah. Nice to enjoy with you.
Thank you, Isaac.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
See you soon.
Beautiful.
Isaac? Oh, it's in the echo. Sorry. Eva would like to speak. Not me, but other Eva.
Eva. Hi, Eva.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey.
Hi. I just wanted to connect and to sit with you and feel you.
Oh, thank you. Nice. I can.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, things.
Happy to see you.
And you. What a lucky life. Huh?
Yeah.
You know, it's such a simple thing that love can just flow, and yet, you know, in the majority of expressions of life called people are freaked out by letting love just flow, and it's it's so simple and so beautiful and so nourishing, you know. Wow, just overflows. Huh?
What a love bath.
Yeah. Caitlin just arrived and is visiting us for a few. Maybe he's going to get stuck here. Who knows? Yeah.
Nothing to say.
Yeah, it's true. There's nothing. It's just loving itself. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What luck.
Hi, Isaac.
Satyam.
I just wanted to say hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear?
You perfectly.
Okay. I'm just happy to see you and to have this interest with you.
Man, what luck. Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I first met you in 2000, I stand before you in Denmark and we have a talk. So all those memories and feel so lucky that it was my.
Yeah, my plan was to come to Denmark again this
Yeah.
year, but I canceled. I just, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, are you, it's canceled now, all of it, is it?
Yeah. And I mean, I'll talk with the people from Western Australia and see what they think, but it just seems like it's time to, just to slow down. Yeah.
The borders here have closed down. They've all closed. No incoming flights, no outgoing. It's all closed here.
Yeah.
All the schools, institutions are closed for 2 weeks now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's smart, because it's like the big thing is it's like some people, when they get the virus, they need hospital care, and if there's too many people, then they have to decide, okay, this person can't get care and this person can, and that's not a nice circumstance. And if they can just slow it down, then more people will be able to be treated and taken care of.
Yeah.
So somehow need to adjust to that. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I see. Like Muji's cancelled his intensive, and yeah, a lot of people.
I think that's right. Yeah, he did.
Are stopping. They just cancelling our program for the year. It's just, yeah. But how beautiful, we live in an age where we can see each other and hear each other.
Yeah, that's just amazing, isn't it? These technology, what it can do. This wasn't possible 20 years ago. Yeah.
This is amazing. So lucky we have this.
In a way, this is something like missing the obvious. Really, it's so easy when you, but then everything has its time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we start off with a lot of ideas, and then slowly,
yeah,
the hearing can get deeper, and the just resting can get valued more.
Yeah. I'm noticing things like it's actually it's habits to be so much putting attention on what, especially on the gross, what's happening, instead of, because I think you have said in one of your books, because nobody told us, or something that you could.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. We go to school. Our parents didn't know, so they couldn't show us. We went to school. They didn't know, and so yeah, a few of the sages discovered, and they tried to invite people, but a lot of times then it became religions or got confused. But it's actually very, very simple and natural once we recognize. It's our nature, after all. But it's like, but yeah.
And I think also probably every system is like stressing upon that's going to take years and practice, and that perspective is and then beings like you and Papaji, where it was direct and
the obvious, who you are, you already are. Yeah, so you can't get there. You really. Yeah. Yeah. But like you say, that habit of attention makes it seem other than that. Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac. Just so much. Don't want to take someone else to come.
Yeah.
Hello, Isaac.
Shala.
Yay. It's so good to see you, and it's so good to see everybody. I'm really, really loving it.
Yeah.
Everybody's the same.
Yeah. Oh man, we're so in the same boat, man. My God.
Mm.
Our humanness has got all the same.
Mm.
Tender little hearts that just love to love, and at the same time, yeah.
There can be some good dramas.
Yeah.
When it's like this, it's hard to imagine that it can be other than peaceful.
That's what's so, it is so amazing, yeah? It's, something tightens up against, everything we know, and suddenly life looks like it's something seriously wrong. It passes and we see, oh, that was just a...
I don't have anything to say. That's lovely to see you. Yeah.
You speak so beautifully in your silence. I feel caressed and seen and loved.
I'm so glad you feel that, Isaac.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey.
What the last days comes into my mind is, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know where it goes. I don't know anything.
To recognize. We don't have a clue.
I don't know what to decide either. So go to my grandchild or not, or I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yet movements happen, you know, at some moments standing up happens, making a cup of tea happens,
Yes,
having
also
some whatever, life.
But there was this thing that I thought I had it a little bit under control, but now it's falling apart. Oh, yes.
Okay.
But it's not bad. No. I follow my instinct.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Love you. Mm.
Isaac? Oh, I need to. I forgot I need to move away because we are here with 3 screens. Otherwise, there's a major echo. I sit here in another room. I'm with Roberto now. With Nienke.
You're in Western Australia still?
Oh, I need to put the sound. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You're still in Western Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm supposed to be here till March 30th, but we don't know. Maybe I have to stay now. Yeah. I just wanted to sit like this, just a little bit.
Okay.
In that case, maybe I come, if I'm allowed to fly, to Byron.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah. You're welcome here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel a lot of love. And then there's like this feeling of almost wanting to like to grab it, or maybe just having this movement of wanting to hug, which is of course not really possible. But yeah.
Yeah. It's just what these bodies do, yeah. But it's like there's a way of just allowing that flow of love just to overflow, yeah. Caress. Be caressed by totality and caressing totality back, you know.
Yeah, and so much appreciation. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man, what a luck this lifetime just to recognize this, yeah. Man.
That we can be here all together like this. That's just wow. Thank you.
Thank you for organizing these onlines, Ava.
Oh, pleasure.
Yeah.
You can see where it goes if we otherwise you can do a lot of online stuff. And
you know, for sure, it's like could even, you know, instead of doing an actual retreat, maybe even a cyber retreat. We'll see. I mean, it'll start to show us what it needs and what it wants.
Like these online intensive and things, yeah, you can. Yeah.
Thank you. Is it the same in Holland and Germany, like in Australia? Everyone's gone crazy. They're buying toilet paper like crazy. You can't buy toilet paper in any of the supermarkets. Is it the same in Germany and Holland? I don't know why people want so much toilet paper. Here I could understand.
In Denmark, it's the same, Isaac.
Wow, crazy, eh?
They're holding for a Russian of a month.
Okay.
Yeah, they're buying for 1 month, so so the shopping centers are empty of stuff.
I talked yesterday with Mustafa, and he said in Iran the shops are all filled with food. Everything is, nobody's freaking out there.
Ah, good.
That's interesting. He said the supermarket, everything is full of food and everything. People not hoarding anything. It seems they're so much used to hardship that they not so easily
freaked out. Yeah.
freaked out when it looks like, I don't know, but anyway. I wanted to ask you if some emotion come over you which feels very overwhelming. Usually I found it much more easier like by Mustafa when another person is with me. But when you're by yourself, I found that it takes over very easily. What is a good way to stay aware within the...
You know, to me, it's a question of once there's a recognition that the nervous system is activated,
yeah,
using whatever means you know of to calm your nervous system down. So it can be like petting a pet, can be going for a walk, can be watching a video, can be reading a book. There's just lots of different ways. Can be breathing. Breathing is an age-old thing, but you know, when the nervous system is activated, it's like fight, flight is involved, and we don't see clearly. So the primary thing at that point is just to calm the nervous system down. Or resources, the technical term, just calming the system.
Okay.
You know, if you think about it, it just activates the nervous system again. So it's like, you know, those chemicals when they release, they do take some minutes to reabsorb.
Yeah.
And so whatever you can to allow that time, whatever 10 minutes or so, just the nervous system to calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not going actually into it deeply, just more actually.
No, when the system is activated, you can't. Not possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just, I mean, it's beautiful that we can recognize and then just not engage in that looping. Yeah, that doesn't help. But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so we just about, sorry for the rough beginning there, just couldn't get it worked out, but luckily we managed. So huge love to you all. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.